Hey everybody, it's Ron from Pickdawgz, and this is Ron's Bank Shot Breakdown, where we go over 4 college basketball games for Friday, February 27th, 2026. Now if you like this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. Put your picks in the comment section below. And if you're looking for my best bets, the games I love the most, including my daily Bank Shot best bet in college hoops, you can find those at the Premium Picks tab at pickdawgz.com. There's also a link in the description. Alrighty, here we go. Here are the games for Friday in college hoops. First up, we've got Dayton and George Washington. This one's going to be 7 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be on ESPN2. Now, Dayton's coming off its most impressive performance of the season. That was the 15-point blowout win over the best team in the conference in St. Louis. We had our Bank Shot best bet on Dayton, so that was a nice one to cash. And the Flyers against the St. Louis team that had only lost one conference game, only 2 games overall, to win that game as a dog, but not only win it, but by double digits, and really be up by double digits from the beginning to the end, a wire-to-wire winner. Really impressive showing, but it's not easy to play after a performance like that, especially with the next game being on the road with only a couple of days off in between, up against a George Washington team that I'm really high on this year, and a George Washington team that may have been dealing with some injuries, but they are a little bit more healthier now and close to full strength, with Boo Boo Benjamin and Rafael Castro back in the lineup, 2 starter level, caliber players back in the lineup for George Washington. They're coming off a blowout win over LaSalle. It is LaSalle, you could argue the second weakest team in the conference, but I still think that George Washington is a tough opponent for any team, especially a team coming off a upset win like that, like Dayton. In this letdown spot, I got to go the other way with George Washington. They match up really well here. Dayton's been, hot and cold on the road this season. I think this is a bad spot for the Flyers, so give me George Washington at home. Next up, we've got Michigan and Illinois. This one 8 p.m. Eastern on Fox. Should be an excellent game. There's a reason why the spread is very competitive. These are 2 of the best teams in the country and in the conference, of course. And you look at Illinois, not necessarily in the best form right now. They lost to UCLA. They've lost 3 of their last 5 games overall. But the same thing goes for Michigan. They had a close call against Minnesota. They lost to Duke in the game prior. For me, the difference maker in this one is Michigan's 3-point defense is a bit of a concern for me, and especially against teams with, NBA-style offenses like Illinois, which takes and makes a lot of threes per game. They score a ton of their points, 40% of their points via 3-point field goals. That's a concern for me with this Michigan defense right now. They're giving up about 35% of their points on the perimeter, and it was a big reason why Minnesota was able to compete in that game for 40 minutes. Minnesota made 12 threes in that game, 35% clip, and we know Illinois is an even better team and even better perimeter shooting team than Minnesota is. So I think Illinois, a guy like Wagler, who we know went off against Purdue earlier in the season, he's the type of guy that can take over a game. He's going to have his opportunities from the perimeter in this matchup, and it could be deadly for, it could be a big problem for Michigan early on. So should be an excellent game, competitive game, close one, but I like Illinois in the end. I think they match up well, and we're getting a decent price with them because of that last loss to UCLA. Give me Illinois in this one. Next up, we've got Akron and Kent State. This one's going to be 8 p.m. Eastern on ESPNU. Now, this is one of those games where I think we can get some value in Game 2 of the regular season series because of what happened in Game 1 of that season series. The first matchup between these two was played on January 30th. It was a 69-52 win for Akron, so blowout win, but also a pretty low-scoring game. We don't see a low total in the second meeting. It's a steep total, but in my opinion, it's not steep enough. This is an Akron team that should be able to score at absolute will in this game. They played at a really fast pace. They're top 50 in adjusted offensive efficiency, top 20 in 3-point and 2-point shooting, 8th in effective field goal percentage, and like I said, that fast pace of play. Not only should they be able to score, but score quickly and get a lot of possessions. Kent State, not a great defensive team, ranked 195th in adjusted defensive efficiency, near the 230 mark in adjusted defensive shot quality. Kent State's defense is probably in big trouble in this game, but they also play at a fast pace. Their offense is solid. They're a good offensive rebounding team. They get to the free throw line at a good rate. So this Kent State offense should be a lot stronger than what we saw in that first meeting of 52 points. We've seen Kent State score 95, 75, 78, and 83 in their last 4 games alone. Akron's defense has some concerns. I mean, it was the reason why they didn't cover the spread against Buffalo, giving up 85 points in that last game, despite Buffalo still dealing with some injuries. So I think Akron scores close to the century mark in this one. I think Kent State chips in enough points where we get over the total. Give me the over in Akron-Kent State in the second meeting of the season series. Next up, we've got Louisiana and Arkansas State. This one 8:30 Eastern on ESPN+. This is the last game of the regular season for both of these teams as they get ready for conference tournament play. This is a Sun Belt conference we've talked about in the past. It's a wide open conference. I think Arkansas State would be my pick to win it, but really I would not be surprised to see any team win this conference tournament. And I also think that the winner will be a 16 seed in this year's NCAA tournament. I just don't think it's a great conference this year. We've seen a lot better from the Sun Belt in years prior, but in this particular matchup, I think it's all Arkansas State. I mean, these teams played on February 19th. That was at Louisiana. It was a 17-point win for the Red Wolves of Arkansas State, and that was despite Arkansas State shooting 21% from three-point range. This is not a great three-point shooting team, but they're over 10 percentage points better than what we saw in that first game, season average-wise. And I think we see a much sharper shooting performance from Arkansas State. The defense should be just as strong. They have a huge advantage on the glass in this game. They're one of the best offensive rebounding teams in the country. Louisiana is really struggling on the glass this year. I just think it's a one-sided win for Arkansas State, so I'm going to lay the points in the second meeting of the season series and the final game of the regular season. And that's it. Those are the games for Friday in college basketball. Hope you enjoyed this video. Again, if you're looking for my best bets, you can find those at the Premium Picks tab at Pickdawgz.com, and there's a link in the description. As always, Romanelli, good luck.